Today's review, it's a classic, and it's getting remade soon. Or, it's already been remade, but the remake is going to be released soon. It's Carrie, Stephen King's first book, the first novel to be adapted into a film. Really groundbreaking horror here. One of the best horror films of the 70s. Really, really great Brian De Palma movie, actually. This was kind of his breakthrough movie, too. Yeah, I mean, what can I say about this movie? Uh, First and foremost, I mean, you have the great source material. You have Stephen King. He's a horror writer that's endured for from the 70s till now for good reason, because he writes good horror. Like, he writes about scary things. I mean, ideas that would you know chill a normal person to even think about. But he comes up with this really, really interesting stuff. But also, I mean, like, the human element to his stories is undeniable. I mean, he writes, like, well, as evidenced, he'll write you know dramatic, quote unquote, normal stories that have no horror in them. I mean, that's kind of where I guess he starts off in the basis of, because this movie, I mean, the horror about it is really about the horror, you know, very common everyday horror and evil in young kids and bullying. I mean, it's as relevant as today as it was back then, as it was before that story even existed. Which kind of makes sense to me why they would remake it. I mean, it's definitely a story that can be told for any generation. So I'm actually looking forward to the remake with Chloe Grace Moretz, the hit girl, her. Anyway, this one has Sissy Spacek, and this is her breakthrough role. She's incredible in this movie, especially when you like view it with the knowledge of her other roles and her different types of abilities to act. Just how good she was in playing this meek, vulnerable, and very powerful but confused character in Carrie. She got an Oscar nomination for the movie, which is actually pretty incredible when you think about it. Like, and about the genre, you don't see that. You don't see that often. I mean, it's got to say something. Piper Laurie, playing Carrie's mother, also got an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress, who's great. Again, kind of taps into evil, this case in fundamentalism and in child abuse, and what she does to her kid, which is just inexcusable and horrible. John Travolta, also in the movie. Oddly enough, he didn't get an Oscar nomination for this. He was just playing Horseshack. Again, whoa. Wait, that's Joey from Blossom. Anyway, the movie itself, I mean, the thing is, everybody goes to see it for one reason, or will watch it for one reason. That's the prom scene. But the movie, as it builds up, it earns that terrifying scene. It is kind of like a slow burn movie, but the thing is, I mean, it's a compelling drama without that key scene. I mean, the movie wouldn't work without that scene, but the thing is, it's actually a very emotionally affecting movie, like, about this poor girl. Like, even if it didn't have the supernatural element to it, which it does, it's a very, very affecting movie. I mean, you feel really bad for Carrie, and at the same time, you kind of root for her to make friends and get along in life. But such is the case, this doesn't happen. And what happens in the prom? Stuff a legend. But I think it's a great movie, and it's driven by some truly, truly great performances, some very, very excellent work has been put into this movie, and it's a chilling movie, especially the ending scene with the dream, with the surviving girl. Makes me jump every time. So yeah, I mean, it's something that explores the commonalities of evil, but highlights it and gets your attention to it through the supernatural story. So it's saying one thing by tricking us with another, I guess you could say. And I think this is a movie that maybe teenage girls should watch. Kind of learn. Should treat everybody with respect a little bit. So any good movie has a nice life lesson, but here it just happens to also be terrifying and scary and really dark. It's a dark movie. There's not a lot of hope in this movie, but it's not the kind of movie you'd walk out of and feel really, really good about life. But it provokes reflection and makes you think and makes you wonder, about maybe people you should treat nicely. I don't know. I'm curious about the remake. I'm actually not sure who directed it, but definitely Brian De Palma is a hard act to follow. Chloe Grace Moretz, one of the great actresses to look out for. She should do a good job. Oh, and Julianne Moore, she's the mother. Oh, watch out, Piper Laurie. So, yeah, I think it's a great movie. I just want to get my word in before the remake, and maybe it'll suck, and maybe we'll always turn to the remake, or even better, maybe this will be a good companion piece with the remake. So that'd be nice. But yeah, it's a classic. It's a great movie. It's iconic with its terrifying. Look at that. It's so terrifying. Um, oh, but a great movie to watch around Halloween or maybe prom time. So yeah, stay in school, kids. Thanks for watching.